be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot. I be beaming.
What's up? What's going on, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing well. If this is your first time here, I want to welcome you. Pull up a seat. Hope you enjoyed the content. And before we get into this video, I want to ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe. Go ahead and tap that bell while you're at it so you're notified anytime I drop a brand new video, go live, or schedule a premiere. All right, y'all. So today I'm having some breakfast. I got some potatoes, some bacon, and I also got some toast. This feels like a farewell meal to me, y'all, because I'm going to start with my personal trainer tomorrow. So before then, I'm going to get it in one last time. All right, so I like ketchup on my potatoes. Ketchup and hot sauce too. A little ketchup and hot sauce. I've been really feeling Cholula these days, y'all. That's what I've been eating, or putting on everything, I should say. And I also got me some jam too, y'all, for my my toast. I have this gourmet guava jam. Oops. Gourmet guava jam. This is really, really good. I had this in like a cheese basket, or I got this to go with the cheese basket. It's really, really good. So a little jam. And I'm in the game. All right, cool. All right, y'all. So let me definitely start with the potatoes. Potatoes first. Let me give y'all the first bite, because that's the right thing to do. Man, that hot sauce and ketchup just be hidden together. I love putting herbs in my my breakfast potatoes, like Italian seasoning or whatever kind of herbs I got on hand. Got the bacon extra crispy, as usual. That guava jam was good. I like this, and I also have a like a fig preserve, or like a jam, or whatever it is. It's good. Something different, because I'm used to just doing like strawberry and grape for the most part. Peach every now and then. Delicious. So yeah, y'all. I am gonna start working out with a trainer tomorrow. This is a trainer I've worked out with before in the past, so I'm really glad that he hit me up. He's in another city, so we're gonna be doing like training online together. But it's like I trust him, and I got results with him, you know. So he had me together with the nutrition, because a lot of personal trainers don't know nutrition. I don't know if y'all have had that experience or not, but for me, I have. It's like they know how to go hard in the gym, but it's like, what about the nutrition part of it? So I prefer someone that knows both sides of it and can give me suggestions on whatever it is I'm trying to accomplish. So yeah, I miss him. I haven't worked out with him in like 4 or 5 years. So he hit me up randomly, and it was perfect, because I wanted to do something else, but I wanted to go about my workouts in the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat kind of whatever I want for like a day and a half before we work out. He was like, that's fine. As long as you're ready to be committed once we start, which I am. Y'all, I gotta chop this whole month of March up. I just had, you know how you have a bad hair day? I done had a bad hair month. Like, I cannot get my hair together this month. I don't know what it is. Like, only thing I can think of is the fact that I tried some new products, and maybe it's a combination of the products together, or I got to try them with other things that I know work. I don't know, but y'all, I cannot get my hair together this month at all. So as much as I like trying new products, it's time to just stick with Old Faithful, you know, because I do know what works for me. That jam is so good. Because it's just such a different flavor. But it's not too sweet, which I like. So y'all, I'm going to be talking about setting boundaries with your family. This comes up quite a bit just in conversation, like in the live streams. I've gotten some DMs, and recently I got an email with somebody who wants to remain anonymous, telling me about their family and just some struggles they've experienced. So I'm gonna get into that in just a minute, in just a second. That's just my opinion about how to handle it. Hopefully somebody, you know, some of y'all out there have some suggestions on implementing boundaries with family as well, how to handle it. I'm eating fast. Somebody just told me the other day in a live stream, like, Rhonda, you eat fast. I think some days faster than others. I'm hungry as hell, so I'm smashing this food. I've been getting a lot of emails recently about wanting to place orders for some seasonings. I'm out of stock, but I will be restocked next month. The third seasoning will come out next month as well. So the all-purpose seasoning will be coming to y'all very, very soon. So you'll have one more option to add to your rotation. I'm sad these potatoes are gone. If you want to be one of the first people notified once I'm restocked, please sign up for the newsletter. I will put the link below in the description box. Click on the website. There will be a pop-up where you enter your email address, and that's it. All right. Let me move this out the way, y'all. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into the real talk part of this video. And like I said, we're talking about boundaries today. Boundaries are tough. Boundaries are tough. I think many of us live our life not knowing what a boundary is. So then when you find out what it is, you see the benefit of it, but it's really hard to implement it. You know what I'm saying? And a boundary, if anybody doesn't know, is something that you have in place to honor your needs and to honor your feelings. It is completely for you. It is not for anyone else. All right. You can have boundaries in your romantic relationship, your platonic friendships, your family, at work. You can have boundaries wherever you see fit in your life. Okay. And it's all about you honoring your needs and honoring your feelings. All right. So I think that boundaries get tough with family because I think in many situations, people are just used to doing things a certain way for so many years or all of your life that it's really hard for them to understand that something needs to change, right? And also, I think that people struggle with it is because, like, for our elders or older people, parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, whoever it is, they see, you know, younger people as kids. I think that sometimes they have a hard time transitioning into the fact that, like, people are now adults. They have their own lives, their own responsibilities, their own friends, their own schedule. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, things can't constantly revolve around, you know, you being an elder and stuff like that, right? And that doesn't mean there's no disrespect to anybody that's older. It's just that you as an adult now need to maintain your life and the things that you need to get through day to day. You know what I'm saying? And boundaries, like I said, are a great way to go about doing that. So things that come along with, you know, boundaries, I think that why it's hard to implement them is because we start to feel guilty. We feel ashamed, you know, for saying no to people in our lives and stuff like that, not being available, not going to every single event. And I think that starts to settle in, and it makes us, you know, be like, just throw the boundaries out the window. Like, forget it. I'll just come to the baby shower. I'll just drive to the house. I'll just do this. I'll just give you the money. You know, you just kind of bend on what's important to you because of that guilt. And some things that I wrote down some notes. I got some notes right here that you'll see me looking down at. Some things I think that we could do to help implement boundaries when it comes to family is, number one, I think it's important to have it's important for you to have support in place. So whether you have like a best friend or like a sibling or a cousin, whoever that can understand that you're going through this process of implementing boundaries, I feel like that you might need support as you're going through this, because you may want to vent about it. You may want to ask an opinion about it. And you just kind of want to feel like you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, boundaries can be very, very tough. A lot of heavy lifting can come along with it. And I think having support is important. So that's number one for me. I think the next thing is understanding what you need in the relationship. So understanding what you need in the relationship with your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, your aunties, your uncles, whoever it is, your godmother, godfather, godkids, whoever. Like, understanding what you need in that relationship in terms of communication, in terms of how they show up for you, understanding your needs so that you can figure out what boundaries you need to put in place, right? I think the next thing is be prepared to remind people of your boundaries. You got to be firm about it. And the thing about it is, you can be direct and still be kind and be respectful. It's not about being disrespectful. It's just saying like, hey, these are my needs, right? You laying it out on the line, you telling them what it is. And because it's something that's so new, I don't expect that people will get it right away. Especially if you're like, 30, 40, 50 years old, implementing boundaries for the first time, for someone who's known you all of your life, that's going to be very hard for them. So let's say you're like me, for example. I'm 40. My mom is in her early 60s. So if I implement a boundary against something that she's been so used to doing for 40 years, that's probably going to be really hard for her. She's going to need some time, right, to get acclimated. But as long as I get her commitment to, the fact that my needs have changed, right, then we can work through it. But I also have to be open to remind her, like, hey, mom, remember I said that this, and this was what I needed. Remember, things changed. Don't be afraid to remind people and be firm. But like I said, you could be kind and respectful about it. You don't have to, have a screaming match with somebody, but, understand that it's going to take people some getting used to the fact that things are different for you, for your needs. The next thing I would say is probably the final thing is, don't be afraid to step back. And don't be afraid to establish consequences, for these boundaries, not being respected. If people continue to violate your boundaries after you've implemented them, you've reminded them, you've tried to be patient and stuff like that. Because again, some people are going to try, they're trying and they have to remember that things are different. You know what I'm saying? But then you have some people who are disrespectful. I'm talking about the people who have that willingness to want to they're trying to honor what it is that you need. But they're just taking, they need a little bit of an adjustment period, right? So this is what I suggest. If you get to a point where people just aren't respecting your boundaries, they got to know that there are consequences. And some of those consequences might be that you leave the family group chat, that you don't attend family gatherings. And this might look like, for example, if I have family out of state, if I was going to drive to Vegas to go to a baby shower, right? But I don't want to be around my family because they're violating my boundaries, right? And don't respect it. So I can still send my family member a gift, but I will not be there. I will not be present. That's what it looks like. That's part of the consequences, is that Rhonda is now not showing up to events because y'all not respecting what I have in place. And also too, maybe you stop answering some phone calls or answering altogether. Maybe you decide that you want to text back. I prefer to text than to talk on the phone. This is my boundary for you because you couldn't respect where I was coming from. So I don't mind communicating, but it's going to be on my terms, And I think that when you really show people that you're serious and put your foot down about what you need, they really have no choice but to get on board with what you're saying and what you require, you know. Otherwise, I think people will start to realize that you're slipping away. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you stop going to the family gatherings, that could turn into you not showing up at all. And it's like, do you really want that? Or do you want to take a minute and just talk through the fact that, like, I have boundaries. If you have questions, I'll be happy to answer the questions, but I also just need you to respect my boundaries, you know? And like I said, you know, when you have those family members that don't really like see you as like an adult, because I think that happens a lot. I think really putting your foot down and speaking up for yourself is a great reminder that, hey, like, I'm an adult and these are my needs, you know? So I think those are some suggestions for me in terms of like boundaries and how to handle them. I'm sure there are plenty more ways to implement certain things. And I think that my favorite one in this is having the support. You know, you don't have to do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So whatever relationship that you value and somebody that can, you know, support you through implementing these boundaries, and you have that person to talk to and, you know, help navigate as you implement boundaries, I think is great. Because as I've implemented boundaries in different parts of my life, I've definitely had my go-to people, you know, that I've been able to like talk to about different things as my needs and stuff were changing. So, you know, never stop advocating for yourself, never stop being firm, never stop putting your foot down, never stop taking yourself serious. Because when people violate your boundaries, like, it really, you know, it really puts you in a bad place. It really puts a strain on the relationship, and also puts you in a place where ultimately you just don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? With these relationships that are strained, and, you know, people don't just want to walk away from their family like that. I think that a lot of people just want the respect. You just want the respect that, hey, this is what I need. Can you just respect that? So hopefully that's helpful for somebody out there. And again, if you have some other suggestions on how to implement boundaries, things that may have worked for you and your family, then I say, please, by all means, you know, meet me in the comments. And I hope somebody can take something from it. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. Make the best of the day. Be good to yourself. Peace.
I be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you